Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Tess Talk. This is my first podcast of the year, so happy New Year to everyone. And we're starting off with a flying start, and I've actually a guest speaker today, which is the lovely Kylie Robinson, and I'm going to introduce her in a minute. The first thing I want to say is I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas and New Year. Got some family time together. I definitely did, and I'm in the planning sessions and now more in full swing of getting the Confidence Reboot Retreat up and running with the lovely Claire Wharton. We have tickets now available and on sale. This is all about self-love, confidence, loving yourself for who you are, and motivational speakers, guest speakers. We've got Joe, we've got Nat from Topsy Curvy Fashions, and they run a Facebook group for confidence, but not only confidence, for the mental health side as well. They're truly awesome, and I'm really excited to have them. We also have Emily Blake. She is model, presenter, all of the above, pageant queen. She really has it all going on and is exceptionally good. And I will be speaking myself, everything confidence, everything what we need in the fact of self-love, and I will be assisted by the lovely Kylie. She will be joining me on stage too. Day two will be more focused around what you've learned on day one and really putting that into practice and taking to the stage as well if you want to. Purely optional. But over the 2 days, you're at a 4-star hotel. You've got teas, coffees, drinks laid on. You have afternoon tea on day one, lunch on day two, spa facilities on both days, which is all private access, all for the fabulous price of £55. We also have discounted rooms too. It's the 26th and 27th of June. If anyone would like any details, please contact me or Claire. We can send it all over, or if you'd like to know more information about it, we're open to questions. It's completely disability friendly. This really is open to anyone, and it's open to those that really do want to get in touch with who they are and know more about themselves and what makes them confident, or if not, what can give them confidence. So it really is open to everyone, and we really hope you will join us. This is the first one that I'm putting on, and it's been in the back burner for some years. But I think this year was really felt the year that I wanted to take it further and wanted to push further with it. So I'm super excited to put it on. It really is a dream of mine coming to fruition, and I'm excited, and hopefully we'll be able to get more year on, year out. And that's the plan. So a little bit about the Confidence Retreat. The Mind Over Matter coaching services is officially up and running. I am now a full-time life coach and counsellor. Finished my counselling degree just before Christmas. I had the certificate through this week, which is fabulous. I was really pleased about that. And I offer sessions for anyone that needs it. If you need help, you want to talk, you want a session just to have a chat, get in contact. My prices really do suit every budget, and I mean every budget. If you want benefits or on 50,000, I will accommodate anyone. So get in touch. Never suffer in silence. I think the one thing this week, in the light of a recent suicide of the most beautiful pageant queen, is learning that we really do need to talk. We really do need to have a conversation. And you've heard me speak many times before about our Tuesday groups and the bunch of beautiful ladies I've got around me, and as well as Kylie and as well as Claire and those in the pageant community. We need to have more conversations. And sometimes that is just a cup of coffee with a friend. Doesn't need to be anything more than that. Sometimes you just need to unload and have a rant. That's absolutely fine. Sometimes it's also okay to say I'm not okay. I had a week over Christmas where I wasn't particularly okay. I really struggled, and I don't really know why. So I decided after Christmas, right, I need to pull myself out of this slump, eating better, exercising, and generally being in a better mindset. But some of that involved around manifesting, and some of that involved around positive self-talk. And that's not just about body image. Positive self-talk is about you telling yourself that the negative thought train needs to stop, and you are the only person that can stop that. And the only way you'd start making them changes is by having a positive thought. For every positive thought, you'll have 20 more. You can't build a positive thought on a negative thought. It has to be from positive. And when I'm having negative thoughts, and I do, especially over Christmas I did, and really feeling like I wasn't good enough, I wasn't doing enough, especially with my Queen title, I really struggled with that. I really felt like I wasn't doing enough. So I think for me, it was about realising that, do you know what, actually I don't need to solve the world in one day. That I've got a whole year of my reign, but I've also got the rest of my life to do things. And that it's okay to take some time out. It's okay to realise that you're not going to conquer the world, and you can make a difference just to one person. And that's what we need to realise. And we need to realise that that's the difference we can make, not in our own lives, only in our own lives, but to other people's lives as well. Just need to affect change in one person. And if that person is you, fantastic, because that's where change starts. It starts with who we are. And so this session, moving on to what this session is going to be, is purely going to be with my guest speaker, and it's going to be about Moonbags and everything that Moonbags does. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Kylie. She took the Coming to Pageants last year, and that's how we met. Funny enough, she only lives 5 minutes up the road from me, but we'd never met before, so that was quite interesting. She has become definitely one of my best friends. I absolutely adore her. But not only that, she is my sister pageant, and she's my pageant queen and sister pageant princess. So she's my sister queen in every sense, like all my sister queens are. But she took the title of Miss Mystic Beauty Princess 21-22 last year, only gracing the stage for her first year. She was fierce competition. She's coming for my crown this year. And I think she's really has worked out what pageants are all about, and what you bring to pageants, but not what you bring to pageants, but what you bring to your community. And pageants isn't just about getting on the stage and looking pretty in a dress. It's about the difference we make in our communities. It's about the difference we make to charities and awareness for our communities and our campaigns. And that's really what's led her to Moonbags. Now, Moonbags is an initiative that was brought about by wanting to make positive change in period poverty. 1 in 7 girls will experience period poverty in their time. 1 in 7 in 2022 is shocking statistics. And when I was a child, I was one of those 1 in 7. We struggled on the poverty line when I was a child, and I can tell you I didn't always have period products. So you really do feel it when you're talking about it, and you think, do you know what, actually I don't want another girl to suffer. And I think that's really what's led Kylie to do what she's doing and be so passionate about it. She's really affecting change in the local community, and she's affecting change in what she's doing every day. And she's got all sorts going on, which she's going to tell you about in a minute. So that's a bit about her journey and where we've led to now. And she's obviously gone back into Miss Mystic Beauty this year as princess, but also finalist. So she'll grace the stage again in October. And one of her campaigns she's particularly got going on, the main one that she really focuses on, is the Moonbags. So I'm going to pass over to Kylie and get her to tell you a little bit about what she does. And we've got a couple of questions to ask, and we'll do them as we're going along. So, Kylie, over to you.
Thank you, Tess. As mentioned by Tess, it was an initiative set up to eradicate period poverty. Primarily, we started in Peterborough, as that's where Tess and I come from and live. But from discussions and planning, we have branched further afield. So currently, we've already donated a lot of sanitary products to Parker, which stands for Peterborough Asylum Refugee Centre. So they've got a nice big bundle of items to donate. We've also done a period poverty drive for our local Trussell Trust Fund. That's quite hard to say. Trussell Trust Fund. So yeah, again, there was hundreds and thousands of products that was donated to them with the kindness of people that I knew and people I didn't know. So yeah, how Moonbags came about was originally an idea by Tess, and then myself and another contestant who unfortunately had to drop out for unforeseen circumstances. We all had the idea and we just run with it. We set up a campaign for asking for donations, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. So as I said, we've done donation drives, but following on from that, we're packaging up period products and putting them into cute little parcels and packages and donating these and can't get my words out, distributing them around different areas, not just Peterborough. I've currently got, off the top of my head, 18 girls based around the whole of the UK that are Moonbags ambassadors.
Wow.
So they are themselves contacting friends, contacting companies to get in period product, to then package all up, stick a Moonbag sticker on and donate in their area too. Hopefully we'll get more as we grow, but as I said, I believe we've got about 18 in the UK, all getting busy and eradicating period poverty in their area. The idea for Peterborough at the moment, as I said, we're getting those bags out. Currently contacting lots of different places where we can drop those, such as Queensgate, which is a big shopping centre here, different village halls. I've been in touch with scout groups and guide groups, sports groups and things like that as well.
Yeah.
So we're really getting there.
I think you are, and I think you've described it really well, and I think it's really about getting into the community, and I think it's about providing things that not necessarily are there. We did a bit of a drive last year where we donated to school as well.
Yes,
we donated to a school last year. It was Thomas Deacon Academy, and got to go in and deliver a talk there to the Year 7 girls, and gave out roughly around about, I think it was about 100 and something, about 140 I think it was, packages to them, for them to take home and for them to have more awareness and knowledge in what periods are, and really learning that it's not a taboo subject, and really knowing that you can have conversations.
Oh, definitely.
And what Kylie's done with her packaging and with her Moonbags is she's literally got them out into all the local area of the toilets, everywhere we go really. if we're out and about, she's got a bag with her and we're putting a donation down somewhere, so wherever she goes. And I've actually been to a couple of places and thought, oh, Kylie's been out and see her Moonbags. But it's really, ladies, you know very much yourself that if you're stuck or you're out and you haven't always got the money to pay for the period products, it definitely, I think, when we're looking at the younger generation and we're looking at teenagers, they don't always have the money to be able to go into the toilets and feel comfortable or safe to even get one, let alone where would they get it from. I know there is a lot more that supermarkets are doing, that you can ask for something now, but if something's readily available in the toilets, how much easier would that be for everyone? And the fact that it's free. This is the biggest drive, I think, and I know Kylie's working on it on our campaign with wanting the MP to get involved and wanting to really push hard with period products being free. We should never live in a society where condoms are free and period products aren't. We do not have a choice to bleed.
No.
And it's as simple as that. We do not have a choice to bleed. And you have a choice to have sex.
Yeah,
condoms are still free. Great. I'm all great for being condoms free, with sexual disease and everything like that. It's great. But why are period products not? Scotland's done it. They've now made theirs free. The UK needs to move in the same direction. And I've had this conversation before, actually, when someone says, oh, well, you can get them cheaper there for about £1. If someone's on the poverty line and that comes to buying a £1 pack of period pads or a tin of soup for £1 to feed their family, the choice is going to be the soup. So, because food has to take preference. And that is literally, when people are on the poverty line, that's how they live. So, period products then become a luxury. And they're not. They're an essential. They're an actual essential. So, they should never be seen as a luxury item. So, for those that think to myself, oh, they're only £1, fantastic, because I've thought like that, myself. Well, they're not that much. But then I take myself back to my childhood and realise how much I suffered and people around me suffer. It makes you realise, actually, that they are a luxury item. As seen by the government, we know they're essential. But as seen as priced the way they are, they're seen as a luxury item and not an essential. we don't have a choice to bleed, we bleed. So that's something that we should be providing free. No different than condoms, in my opinion. You know, you bleed like the air you breathe. That's what you do. You can't control it. It is what it is. And more awareness needs to be done over that. And I think more awareness and conversations with men, more awareness and conversations with dads of girls, you know, with all of that, with men in general, I think, to have a better understanding of what women need, what fundamentally, if you're female, and that doesn't matter whether, you know, we're looking at whatever you decide to class yourself off is absolutely fine. But fundamentally, you bleed because you have female organs, regardless of what gender you choose. So you can't control that. So that conversation needs to be had. It needs to be had with your girls, with your transgender, with your gender neutral. All of these conversations need to be had across the wide LGBT community as well, yes, to understand that you're looking at a woman and you know they're going to bleed, but if someone has transitioned and not fully transitioned, there's a good chance they're going to bleed as well if they're transitioning from a woman to a man.
And it shouldn't be a taboo anymore.
It shouldn't be taboo. No. We should be having these conversations because that's what we need to do. We need to understand that what you see is not necessarily what is. So we need to have more conversations around that, and we need to be doing more. But first question we had, I'm going to get to, is coming from Claire.
Thanks, Claire.
Yeah, Claire gave you a really difficult question, which made me laugh. And she said, if you could be anyone famous, who would you be?
So I've been thinking about this all day. I've been tossing and turning, thinking, oh, would I want to be her? But fundamentally, it came down to, I still want to make a difference, whoever that famous person may be. So I put my thinking cap on. I was like, I need to be an MP. Reason I'd be the MP is to eradicate the 20% tax that still is on what's branded luxury products for period property. Yes, it's been deducted off of tampons and pads. Yeah. However, not when it comes to eco-friendly products, such as your pants and your reusable towels, your moon cups and things like that. They still face a 20% tax. So that would be one of the first things I would do as a famous MP.
I like that. And it's worth remembering as well that they may have removed the tax off pads and disposable pads and Tampax. But it's also worth remembering that when they do this big green, you know, environmental drive and everything they're going on about the environment at the moment, one period pad can take up to 100 years to dispose in land. 800 years. 800 years to dispose in landfill. 100 years is the nappies. That's it. I was looking at nappies. 800 years in landfill. Imagine that. And yet we've still got reusable products that have got a 20% tax on them. Yep. And when you look at the cost of them, they are really, really expensive. So why are we not, you know, looking at that more? It's so back to front. So, yeah, great question and great answer. I love that one. The other questions come in from Rose. And hers is, what made you do Moonbags?
Okay, so as mentioned previously, it was a combination of three women's ideas, and we've all just come together going, yes, we do need to eradicate period poverty. How are we going to do it? And it snowball effect from small ideas to big ideas. Currently, I'm in talks with Wilkinson's to actually have a permanent donation point in their Orton store. In Peterborough, and as I said, that is just going to grow and grow and grow and grow. Wilkinson's is not the only person I'm in cahoots with, but they're wrapped up behind the scenes till I get that green light to go. They're still under wrap, but hopefully the dream is to have a donation point absolutely everywhere, in every store, everywhere you walk, every bathroom you go into. They will be there for you. And
I think it would, I think it was born about with kind of the three of us, and it was something that I was sort of thinking about that Kylie then got involved with. But I kind of I've sort of said to Kylie as we were coming to it, okay, I can help out and mine was only ever really more behind the scenes to help out, because I have my Just For You campaign, I have my mental health stuff that I do as well, and my charity work. So for me, it wasn't going to be a campaign that I was going to fully drive forward with, because I do so much with my other one. But seeing Kylie's passion and seeing what she does, I think for me made me realise actually she's the person to front this. She's the person to drive this. And, you know, often when we talk, as in general, when I talk to people and you look at what Kylie does across the pageant community, I don't think there's many people that doesn't know what she does. I don't think there's many people that doesn't know about Moonbags, which is really lovely, getting the word out there. And I think it's fantastic, you know, and I think she really has found her passion. A lot of things about pageants is your awareness campaigns and everything you do has to be built around what your passion is, what you're passionate about, and what you want to make a difference. How you make a difference, not just to your local community, but the wider community as well, and how we go about that. So I do think she's fully the person to really take it on board, and she's really ran with it, and she's doing absolutely massive strides with it, and I think she's doing fantastic. So I suppose a question from me is, what's next?
Oh, there's lots of things in the pipeline. As I said, there's Wilkinsons that are on there. I'm currently, with your help, forming up a letter, because I have had correspondence with our local MP.
Yeah.
So it's continuing on with that, getting them on board and really supporting Moonbags in Peterborough. I'm also hoping, as I said, have to get the green light, that a Scottish programme and university is going to come down and do a weekend of sort of period poverty activities and campaigns in the local area. Yeah. And just keep going with my Moonbag ambassadors, get it hopefully worldwide. But at the moment, we'll start small.
We'll start with the UK.
Exactly.
So I suppose the next question is, and probably just the last question before we finish up, is how can anyone get involved?
Okay, so I've obviously contacted myself or Tess, and Tess can pass you through. Yeah. Find us on Facebook as Moonbags. On the packaging of every Moonbag that is being donated, there will be a QR code. Is that the right word?
Yeah,
a QR code that you can scan, and that will link you straight onto the Moonbags page. You can also email me at moonbags.periodpoverty@outlook.com, and that will go directly to our email drive. So there's lots of different avenues. I am looking into Instagram. I'm not very savvy with that at the moment, but we'll get there. I'd love to get on TikTok and really make a big impression on TikTok. Yeah. So there's things in the pipeline. Lots of things in the pipeline.
How can people donate?
Donate. There is a Just Giving page, which I can share below this when I share it out. Obviously, if you're local, get in contact. I can collect, or you can drop off to myself. And obviously the Moonbag ambassadors.
Do you have an Amazon list still?
I do have an Amazon list, so I can share that with people as well. Yeah. It's not just the period products we're after. Obviously they need to go in a bag, they need to have stickers and all the branding behind that. So money is distributed, I'd say quite evenly and fairly between the actual products and then the packaging and stickers and what have you.
We did a swap shop that me and Kylie have been involved in, and a lot of my friends too, because we tend to drag everyone else in. And when I come up with crazy ideas and want to do things, everyone else gets dragged in the pipeline. So big shout out to those ladies. They know who they are, who helped us. We couldn't have done it without them. But we did a swap shop, which was basically you donate clothes, then on the day you come and choose what you want from what everyone's donated. So it was a real sustainable fashion, and it was £1 on the door that was donated to Moonbags, and we raised £48
72p or something.
Fantastic. So, and we will do another swap shop, which I'll talk about probably on my next podcast, where that will be and what we're doing. So there'll be another one sort of popping up. And all these things really help Kylie get all of her fundamentals that she needs, because things cost. So thinking about things cost, if there's any local businesses that want to get involved and would like to sponsor Moonbags, then get in contact with either myself or Kylie. And anything, no matter how small, if there's printers that want to print stuff, she's after a banner.
Yes,
If there's someone that can say, do you know what, we've got bags we can donate. We've got products, supermarkets, anything that you can think of. If anyone works anywhere and wants to put in a good word and say, actually, there's somewhere that does this, get in contact. Get in contact. It's often not what you know, it's who you know.
Yes.
So get in contact. So I want to thank Kylie for coming on my podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
She's been absolutely brilliant and my first guest, so it was wonderful to have you. Is there anything else you want to add before we go? Are we all...
I think we're all good.
Yes, I think we're all good.
By all means, if you have any questions, pop one of us a message and we can answer those. If you have any ideas on how to go further, if you want to get involved being a Moonbag ambassador and getting products out in your local community, please do get in touch and we can go from there.
Fabulous. So this is Tess Talk signing off, and I will be back next month with another guest. But in the meantime, I will bring you another podcast in 2 weeks' time. So thank you very much for listening, guys. And as always, get in touch. Any questions, any comments. For now, it's Tess signing off. Bye.